Alright, hello and welcome to Microtown Part 2. We should be right where we left off here, so we'll get them back to building what they were. We still got a lot of projects up, so I'm going to go ahead and let's get them started on that. Let's get them really moving here. So they got a lot to do right now. Get those houses up, get those fields growing. We need to make sure these farms get built. Our self-sufficient tree part has started to work out rather generously for us. We've got that. We might need to create a storage or a warehouse is what they call them on here. We're going to create that warehouse and we're going to create that for firewood. Another thing that I find that can be convenient is creating a warehouse up next to wherever your mine is and setting that for those stone slabs so that they don't have to go all the way over to wherever they need to go. They can just literally deliver them right to that and get right back to work. And then we're going to have to set that one to be able to export so that other people can take that and move it to other warehouses as closer to more of the projects. So obviously we've got quite a lot of stuff going on right now. We gotta go on maximum speed too right now. Our food is barely staying up. We're producing 6.5 per minute, consuming 5.9 a minute. So something that might be extra effective is to make both of these extra gardeners buildings here. We're going to make them high priority, or the highest priority, so that we're sure that we're getting those things up, running, and full of people, so that the whole garden system should be able to start getting to work and start getting into place. You can see our little city here is doing quite fantastic on its own. It's not doing half bad at all. Do we have any kind of storage right now? Nope, no storage there, no storage there. Man, look at that, they already got them up. So now we need to start prioritizing some of these other field chunks so that we're able to produce the amount of food that we need, because it's going to be unfortunately quite a lot. Quite a great deal of food that we're going to need. So we're moving these all up to a higher priority. Some of the warehouses and stuff like that, they can wait for a little bit. Because our food is wavering right now. Our reserves are kind of not great. But each of these gardeners' buildings are going to have 3 people each, and they'll all work together on the whole plot. They won't, they'll work on where their space is, which includes the other gardeners' plots. So that means we move extra fast in creating those carrots and tomatoes and storing them right over here. Something we can do to make it even faster, honestly. We could add just a couple extra little rows, just like that. And or make it so that they're able to drop them right off. Ooh. Actually, well, no. We want to use this road here as much as we can. We want to be able to put other stalls around, because this market needs to cover the whole housing area that we have going on here. So our population is boosted massively. Actually got a bunch of knowledge. I know you can't see it. It's underneath where where my webcam is. We just got a bunch of knowledge for creating several other things, and we're going to actually use that knowledge next on farming. And that's going to unlock some other types of foods that we can create, actually. But I would really like to see this get finished first, because we need to make sure that these are, that we're producing enough food for the population that we have. We're just going to go ahead and we are going to mark all of these. This part can be lightly tedious. Usually, if you're playing this game at the regular speed, you don't have to worry about this as much, because the population isn't going to fill up as quickly as it has. But we got this thing running full speed, so we're going to make sure that these are a high priority job, so we can get all those fields running, get the food output out, and then we can start working on another city after that. And I'll show you my personal favorite design on how to do that. And we're going to start building a farm too after this whole farm's done here. So there's a couple of things. Yeah. Are we actually getting some reserves? Oh, we're getting a little bit of reserves, finally. Each of the stalls are full. The houses are starting to get, starting to show that they're getting what they need. They're happy because they got well, at least they're satisfied with the food amount, and they're satisfied with the firewood amount right now. So, the happiness still might be only sitting at content, but at least we have the food supplies that they need. So we can see too up here, these projects are getting done, they're getting work done, and we got 9 people all up here working on this garden. So something you'll notice is everybody over here is stalled. What happened there is all the stone slabs, like they don't actually have a place to put any more stone slabs. So we're gonna need to go ahead, and for this warehouse, we're gonna need to make that a high priority, so that we can start producing more stone slabs again, because we're gonna need those later on, definitely. So it's all just a matter of making the planks. That's kind of right now what one of our choke points are, so we might have to make another wood production area here. Kind of thinking maybe building it right down in this area right here. But some of the stuff we had to make sure we had first was that food, and now we're producing plenty over what we needed. And they have enough extra plots that they're going to start to create these also into gardening space, and we're producing even more food. And you can see they're back to work now. We got a stone slab warehouse. I'm going to build another one because I want to make sure that we always have those stone slabs on hand. So let's go ahead and work on now our next forestry. So we're going to build 2 lumberjacks right next to each other. We're going to need that sawmill. It's going to be right there. The wood cutter for the firewood is going to go right here. You can tell with as many people too as we have now, these jobs are getting done quick. It's really cool once you start to get that higher workforce. you'll notice that things just happen much quicker. Much quicker. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and build that arborist. How about right against the other arborist that's over here? I know they want to chop wood that's over there, but we're gonna make this into an arborist. We're gonna fill that up, and we're gonna go ahead and, because we want to make sure that we're getting plenty of wood over in this area, we're gonna fill a lot of that space up. Now you can see they've already run out of wood to chop, so that's where our foresters are gonna come into play. And we're gonna need to have them somewhat kind of close to the sawmills. So we got this range here we can work with, all the way up to, on this side we can work with over here. On this side we can work over here. So we want one forester over here, one forester over there. So let's get a forester kind of in the center of this. And then, let's see here, we've got range, we got, so probably the other forester right about here. About there. Yep, and that should cover both regions entirely. Yeah, that's perfect. And we're going to go ahead and fill up our people on that as well. See how many arborists we have. Yep, perfect. We got plenty of those. And since this forester's range is only this far, we're actually going to go ahead and put a couple more sapling areas right in there, just so we can maximize that ability for them to be creating those saplings. Truly, that's what we want. We got another lumberjack over here, so we need to make these. Oh, they're already working. Alright, perfect. Alright, and you can see they're already getting delivered the saplings. Some of those saplings are also going to go over here too, but that's going to be a little bit normal. We might end up having to put another arborist kind of right up next to this here. Let's see here, what range do we got? We got the range here, so we can only build with the range is right about here. We could put one over here, up next to our bustling city we got. Kind of like that. We could put it right here, and then all of these arborists could work together. Let's do that. We'll hire a bunch of arborists that are going to work up in here. And we're going to create these extra plots. And all these arborists should be working together to an extent. Just where their markings cross, which they all have a little bit that crosses over each other. And that's what we want. We want to make sure that saplings are being delivered to both our foresters over here and both of our foresters that are over here. Have enough range. We could put a couple more even right here. Perfect. Now something else we're going to want to consider in this chunk here, we do already have a spot for, we have a warehouse for firewood and we have a warehouse for planks, but that warehouse for planks is already full. Planks you need a bunch of. So we're going to go ahead and build a whole bunch of these warehouses over here. So we got these guys here. Something we can do is export to storage. That's what we're going to do for these two over here. So they'll export over to our main storage location, where we're going to say import stored items. And they'll move those, whoever's free is going to go ahead and move those stored stone slabs over to this location over here. Now I want one more stone slab location here with an import, and then the rest of them are going to be planks, because planks we can't get enough of. We need as many of those as we possibly can muster up. You can see too our whole city here is looking quite nice, and our gardeners are working at fantastic capacity. Our foresters are working at fantastic capacity. So we're going to go ahead and call it there for this video, part 2 of Microtown. So I'll see you on the next episode.